In the comment section of my previous video, I've noticed a lot of people are very giving up or already gave up. There's one thing which has been a major concern for people since the beginning of 2026, and it brings up a wide range of emotions in us. It's something which will dominate the next few decades of the industry, but it has already affected several others, if it doesn't pop up accidentally earlier. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Will AI take our jobs?
If I look at coding, programming, which is one area where AI is making the most progress, what we are finding is we are not far from a world, I think we'll be there in 3 to 6 months, where AI is writing 90% of the code. And then in 12 months, we may be in a world where AI is writing essentially all of the code. We are now, in terms of the models that write code, I have engineers within Anthropic who say, I don't write any code anymore. I just let the model write the code. I edit it. I do the things around it. I don't know, we might be 6 to 12 months away from when the model is doing most, maybe all of what SWEs do end to end.
These are very similar predictions, but the timescale is still increasing. Of course, Dario is a CEO of an AI company trying to sell AI. He's brilliant, but he's not a software engineer who's shipped and maintained large systems. AI tools have been with us for a few years. ChatGPT, obviously a massive hit, which urged all tech giants to take these competitions more seriously. But the first time I've noticed something is changing was December 2025. A month after Claude 4.5 came out and people sat down between Christmas and New Year when they had a bit of time to experiment with AI agents. For software engineers and developers, the whole mental shift thing started with this statement. I've never felt this much behind as a programmer. The profession is being dramatically refactored as the bits contributed by the programmer are increasingly sparse and between. Since January 2026, it's really hard to catch up with things. There is a massive race between companies. New models are coming up each month. People announce the best one every week until the next week. And especially if you are only reading updates on X or following what big tech AI companies are cooking, that makes you anxious about your job security, not to mention the direction of your career. And because it was already hard to keep up with a new JavaScript framework every month earlier, these recent advancements seem absolutely unprocessable by your mental capacity. As I mentioned, you're not alone. Just check any comment section on any YouTube video. Some people are worried, others are cheerful. We have now AI engineers, MLOps engineers, prompt engineers, chief AI officers, vibe coders, AI agent coaches, AI human workflow specialists, and even more people who retire from software. So there's absolute, undeniable evidence of why you should be cautious. But there are 3 things which can give you some relief. Something is going to take our jobs is an endless fear-mongering since humans are walking on the surface of the earth, long before even the word job has existed. If not migrants, then machines, better techniques, foreign competition, women entering the workforce, younger workers, automation, and now AI. Businesses want more profit, shareholders want higher stock prices, while your only goal is to survive the week and jump on a plane and go for your well-deserved holiday on a small island with no people on. The bad news, AI already took a few jobs. We don't necessarily need telemarketers, proofreaders, call centers, retail cashiers, or admin workers anymore because most of these things can be, if not already, replaced by AI. Implementation costs are still high, but there will be more businesses are going to jump on this train in the next 6 to 12 months than AI replacing software engineers. For the next point, we must understand the fundamental difference between a software developer and a software engineer. When you start coding, you start to learn a new language. You learn about variables, control flows, building blocks, data structures, programming concepts, design patterns, software development methodologies, system design. So it's a constantly growing knowledge where you iterate yourself from an operator to an architect. The key difference between a developer and an engineer is not just the title, but the responsibility and the system thinking. Even if some HR and the companies use the terms interchangeably, they are built on each other, but they are not the same. AI can write as a software developer based on standards, specifications, boundaries, and context, building specific features, solving immediate problems, and debugging. But coding was never the problem. Software engineering requires system thinking, designing, architecting, and scaling entire systems what AI is limited of. It lacks deep contextual understanding and system thinking, struggles with large, complex databases, forgets project conventions, breaks architecture and introduces inconsistencies, loses track of details in long context, and still hallucinates because its only purpose is to give you an answer. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. AI can handle 80% of the task, but the remaining 20% takes more human time. It doesn't have true understanding or judgment. AI predicts patterns from the training data and doesn't understand business needs, trade-offs, user intent, or just real-world implications. AI is simply weak at non-coding parts of the job. It doesn't have intuitions. It creates technical depth faster than it solves it and accelerates software entropy. Companies already report higher code churn, more bugs, more downtimes. Human engineers must constantly review, refactor, and clean up. Even Amazon slowed down when noticed that things go rapidly chaotic. And GitHub just simply cannot keep up serving the increased amount of code incoming into repositories. Software engineering is also one of the most open engineering disciplines. It's not governed at all, you can start anywhere, and there's limited liability. That makes a real engineer judgment even harder for an AI to replace. Big tech companies are racing with the competition because, well, that's what competition does. They simply cannot fall behind, shares must stay up and high. AI companies are doing their own agenda. Instead of curing cancer, or finding solution for global warming or help the human race take more steps forward, they instead focusing on replacing them. They simply cannot sell the idea for business that their models and coding tools make their high-paid software engineers 5 or 10 times more performant. Businesses won't pay a subscription fee and their employee at the same time, but if you tell them they can get rid of the employee, that's a more valuable pitch. But not all companies are big tech. There are thousands, millions, if not billions of small businesses, family businesses, agencies, or other small, mid-sized tech companies who don't really care about the race. They just want to stay in the game and have profit because they cannot afford it to invest in every shiny object which comes out every year, or have no interest to replace human jobs. And soon they won't even want to pay the skyrocketing token prices once AI companies have to satisfy their shareholders or get their electricity bill. While recruiters are already hunting for AI engineers with 10 years of experience, it also takes real time to integrate AI properly. Standards, knowledge bases, review processes, compliance. Most places still don't have those basics, which gives you breathing room. And even if one strong engineer with AI can now do a work of 5, why would you bother staying an employee? You now have the leverage to build your own thing. The same tools that fatten jobs at companies also let individuals replace entire companies from above. I have a strong feeling that the future belongs to those who combine deep engineering taste with entrepreneurship and authenticity. Oh, while you are still here, could you just subscribe, please? Thank you.